Welcome, my sleepy fellows, to another enchanting journey into the magical world of Harry Potter. Tonight, let us step together into a cozy corner of this wondrous universe, where the bustling streets of Diagon Alley take on a serene, mystical charm under the glow of moonlight. As you settle in, take a deep breath, relax, and let your imagination drift into this soothing tale crafted just for you. The story begins on a calm and quiet night. The streets of Diagon Alley, often filled with the bustling chatter of witches and wizards by day, are now cloaked in the soft embrace of midnight. The shops, with their whimsical signs and magical wares, seem to hum gently in the stillness. Ollivander's, with its ancient creaking sign, stands proudly, the faint flicker of wand light spilling from its windows. Across the cobblestones, the colorful storefront of Flourish and Blots glows faintly, its windows displaying stacks of spellbooks that seem to shimmer in the moonlight. Tonight, you'll follow the story of two familiar faces, Harry Potter and Hermione Granger. Seeking a quiet reprieve from their usual adventures, they find themselves drawn to Diagon Alley after hours, lured by a curious desire to experience the magical street in a way few ever do. What starts as a simple walk under the stars will turn into a journey of quiet wonder, a mystery unfolding softly, like the pages of an ancient book. Before we delve deeper, allow yourself to settle comfortably. If you are liking my stories, please consider liking this video and subscribe to the channel. I am trying to bring something new where you can request a custom story you want to listen, and I will make it. So, let us begin. As the clock strikes 12, the soft chime echoes faintly through the still air, and the quiet streets of Diagon Alley await. Relax, breathe deeply, and prepare to join Harry and Hermione on their midnight stroll. As the chime of the clock fades into the cool night, we find Harry Potter and Hermione Granger standing at the hidden entrance to Diagon Alley. Wrapped in warm cloaks against the chill of midnight, they exchange quiet smiles. This night was Hermione's idea, born out of a shared desire to see the magical street in a new light. Do you ever wonder what Diagon Alley feels like after everyone's gone? Hermione had asked earlier that evening in the Gryffindor common room, her voice thoughtful. Harry, intrigued by her curiosity, had agreed almost instantly. Now, standing before the brick wall behind the leaky cauldron, Harry taps the correct sequence with his wand. The bricks shift and ripple, revealing the enchanting alleyway they know so well, but tonight it feels like an entirely different world. Look at it, Hermione breathes as they step forward, her voice soft with wonder. The street stretches out before them, bathed in moonlight. The usual hustle and bustle are replaced with an almost sacred stillness. Lanterns glow faintly, casting warm halos on the cobblestones, while shadows dance along the shop fronts. Harry adjusts his glasses, taking it all in. "It's so quiet," he murmurs. His voice sounds louder than usual in the tranquil air, and they both instinctively lower their voices, as if the street itself demands a certain reverence. The pair begin to walk, their boots clicking softly on the stones. Hermione's eyes dart from one shop to another, her curiosity alight. "Imagine all the stories these buildings hold," she whispers. "All the spells cast, the potions brewed, the wands chosen." They pause outside Flourish and Blots, its large window showcasing a towering stack of shimmering spell books. One cover, inscribed with glowing silver runes, seems to pulse gently, almost as if inviting them inside. "I wonder what that one does," Hermione says, pointing. "Probably something that requires a 5-page essay to understand," Harry teases, and Hermione laughs softly, the sound warm and familiar. Their next stop is the magical menagerie. Even in the quiet of the night, the faint rustling of feathers and the soft purring of magical creatures can be heard through the door. Hermione crouches to peer through the glass, her breath fogging the window as she spots a tiny Kneasel curled up in a cozy basket. "It's like the alley itself is alive, even when no one's here," she says, standing again. Harry nods, gazing up at the stars visible between the rooftops. It feels magical in a different way, peaceful. The two friends continue their stroll, the bond between them as comforting as the quiet street around them. In this moment, there are no looming dangers, no dark forces, just two friends sharing a magical night, the possibilities of the journey ahead still unknown. Hand in hand with curiosity and camaraderie, they venture deeper into the heart of Diagon Alley, their footsteps carrying them into the mystery of the night. As Harry and Hermione continue their midnight exploration of Diagon Alley, the stillness seems to deepen. The faint sound of a distant clock tower striking the hour resonates through the quiet street. The duo finds themselves drawn to a peculiar glow emanating from a small, forgotten shop nestled between the more prominent storefronts. The shop's sign, worn and slightly crooked, reads "Eldwin's Curiosities, Enigmas and Artifacts for the Inquisitive." Hermione's eyes light up with curiosity. "I've never noticed this shop before," she says, her voice tinged with wonder. Harry tilts his head, equally intrigued. They approach the window, and the soft, ethereal glow becomes more pronounced. Inside, shelves brimming with trinkets and oddities are bathed in a faint silver light. A pair of delicate wind chimes near the door tinkle softly, though there's no breeze. "Should we go in?" Harry asks. Hermione nods, her hand already on the doorknob. As they step inside, the shop feels larger than it looked from the outside, as though enchanted to stretch endlessly. The air is thick with a comforting, spicy scent, perhaps cinnamon or clove. The soft glow seems to come from an object on the far side of the room, half hidden behind stacks of ancient tomes and jars filled with swirling potions. Hermione drifts toward a shelf lined with delicate hourglasses, each one filled with shimmering sands that move as though alive. She picks one up, and the sand swirls faster, responding to her touch. "Time turners?" Harry asks, stepping closer. Hermione shakes her head. "No, these are different. Look," she says, holding it up. The sand briefly forms runes that shimmer before dissolving. Harry, meanwhile, is drawn to a dusty cabinet filled with small, glowing orbs. As he reaches out to touch one, it flickers and emits a soft hum. Suddenly, The orb projects a fleeting image of a phoenix soaring through a golden sky. The sight is mesmerizing, and for a moment, Harry feels a sense of calm and hope wash over him. Their attention shifts back to the glowing object on the far side of the room. As they approach, it becomes clear that the light is coming from an intricately carved chest, small enough to hold in both hands. The carvings depict constellations, each one twinkling faintly. Hermione kneels in front of the chest, her brow furrowed in thought. This is enchanted with star magic, she whispers, her voice reverent. I've read about this kind of craftsmanship, but I've never seen it. Harry watches as she gently brushes her fingers over the lid. To their surprise, the chest hums softly and unlocks itself. The lid lifts slightly, as though inviting them to look inside. They exchange a glance, equal parts excited and wary. Together, Hermione suggests. Harry nods, and they lift the lid together. Inside, they find an ancient scroll resting atop a bed of velvet. The scroll's parchment is thick and weathered, its edges gilded with silver. The writing glows faintly, shifting between English and a language neither of them recognizes. What is it? Harry asks, leaning closer. Hermione's eyes scan the text, her voice soft as she reads aloud. This scroll contains a guide to the Night Keeper's map, a magical chart of Diagon Alley that reveals the hidden passages and long-forgotten secrets. Harry's eyebrows raise. A magical map? Like the Marauder's map? Hermione shakes her head, her voice tinged with awe. Not quite. This one isn't just about locations. It's said to reveal hidden knowledge and guide its bearer to artifacts of great power. As she speaks, the scroll begins to unroll itself, revealing intricate drawings of Diagon Alley's streets and buildings. But instead of the familiar layout, the map shows hidden alleys and secret chambers beneath the cobblestones. At that moment, the wind chimes near the door tinkle again. Harry and Hermione freeze, their eyes darting toward the entrance. The shop door remains closed, but a faint shadow moves across the glass. "Did you see that?" Harry whispers. Hermione nods, clutching the scroll tightly. I think we're not alone. The glow of the chest fades, and the room grows dimmer. A soft rustling sound fills the shop, as though the artifacts themselves are stirring. Harry instinctively draws his wand, and Hermione follows suit. Lumos, they say in unison, their wand tips casting a comforting light. The rustling grows louder, and a figure steps out from the shadows at the back of the shop. It's not a person, but a life-sized wooden mannequin, its joints creaking as it moves. Its hollow eyes seem to fix on the scroll in Hermione's hands. Harry steps in front of her, his wand raised. "Who are you?" he demands. The mannequin tilts its head, and a voice echoes in the room, deep and ancient. "The scroll is not to be taken lightly," it says. "Only those with pure intent may unlock its secrets." Hermione steps forward, her voice steady. "We mean no harm. We only wish to learn." The mannequin pauses, as if considering her words. Then, with a creak, it bows its head. "The Night Keeper's map will guide you. Follow its light, but beware, some secrets are meant to stay hidden." The mannequin retreats into the shadows, its presence lingering like a faint hum in the air. Hermione carefully rolls up the scroll and tucks it into her bag. "What do you think it meant by 'some secrets are meant to stay hidden'?" Harry asks as they make their way back to the door. "I don't know," Hermione admits, her voice thoughtful, "but if this map shows what it claims, we'll find out soon enough." As they step back into the moonlit alley, the weight of the scroll feels both thrilling and daunting. The stillness of the street seems to echo with the promise of adventure. With the Night Keeper's map in their possession, Harry and Hermione take their first steps toward uncovering the secrets of Diagon Alley. The crisp night air greets Harry and Hermione as they step back into the quiet embrace of Diagon Alley, the Night Keeper's map safely tucked into Hermione's bag. The cobblestones underfoot glisten faintly in the moonlight, and the shop windows, though darkened, reflect a soft silver glow. The weight of the scroll feels heavy with promise and mystery. Hermione unfurls the map under the glow of their wand lights. The parchment seems alive, its lines shifting and reforming as though reacting to the energy of the alley itself. "Look," she whispers, pointing to an intricate path that wasn't visible before. The map now reveals a hidden alley branching off near the apothecary, a narrow, twisting lane shrouded in darkness and marked only by the faint glimmer of stars on the parchment. "Are you sure about this?" Harry asks, his voice low but steady. Hermione nods, her eyes alight with curiosity. "The map is guiding us. If we're meant to understand its secrets, we have to follow where it leads." They set off toward the hidden lane, their steps echoing softly against the quiet. As they near the apothecary, a faint hum fills the air, almost like a distant melody carried on the wind. It grows stronger as they turn the corner into the newly revealed path. The alley is narrow and lined with weathered brick walls, ivy cascading down like curtains. Lanterns strung above emit a gentle, pulsing light, as if alive. The air feels different here, thicker, imbued with the faint scent of herbs and old magic. "This place feels untouched," Harry murmurs, his eyes scanning their surroundings. Hermione's gaze lands on a small wooden door at the end of the lane, partially concealed by ivy. It looks ancient, its surface carved with swirling runes that seem to shimmer in their wand light. She approaches cautiously, her fingers brushing over the intricate designs. "Do you recognize these runes?" Harry asks, stepping beside her. "They're protective sigils," Hermione replies, her voice tinged with awe. "They're meant to guard something valuable or dangerous." The map begins to glow faintly in her hand, a line of light leading directly to the door. Taking a steadying breath, Hermione places her palm against the wood. The runes pulse softly, and the door creaks open, revealing a dimly lit passageway. Harry and Hermione exchange a glance before stepping inside. The passage is cool and silent, the walls lined with shelves filled with dusty vials, ancient scrolls, and curious trinkets. Each step feels like a journey into the heart of the past. They come to a fork in the passage, and the map glows again, guiding them left. The air grows warmer, and the faint sound of water trickling echoes through the corridor. Turning the corner, They find themselves in a circular chamber with a fountain at its center. The fountain is unlike anything they've ever seen. Its water shimmers with a silvery light, and tiny, ethereal fish dart within the pool, their scales reflecting rainbows. On the edge of the fountain rests a small, silver chalice engraved with runes similar to those on the door. Hermione approaches the fountain, her steps tentative. "This must be connected to the map's secrets," she says, her voice barely above a whisper. As she picks up the chalice, the water in the fountain begins to ripple. A projection of light emerges from its surface, forming the shape of an elderly wizard with a long beard and kind eyes. "Seekers of the Night Keeper's map," the figure intones, its voice warm yet commanding. "You have proven your worth by finding this chamber. The chalice before you holds the key to understanding the map's true purpose, but be warned, every choice you make from here on will shape the path ahead." The light fades, leaving the chamber in silence. Hermione holds the chalice tightly, her mind racing. "What do you think it means?" Harry asks, his gaze fixed on the now still water. Hermione turns the chalice over in her hands, studying its engravings. "I think it means the map isn't just about finding hidden places. It's testing us, our choices, our intent." She places the chalice carefully back on the fountain's edge, and the map glows brighter, revealing a new path leading deeper into the passage. Harry places a reassuring hand on her shoulder. "Whatever lies ahead, we'll figure it out together." They step forward, their resolve strengthened. The air feels alive with anticipation, as though the alley itself is watching their every move. With the map as their guide and their wits as their compass, Harry and Hermione continue their journey, each step bringing them closer to uncovering the hidden truths of Diagon Alley. As Harry and Hermione step through the new passage, revealed by the glowing map, they find themselves in a vast underground chamber. The air is cool and damp, the faint smell of earth mingling with the delicate scent of magic. The walls of the chamber are lined with towering bookshelves, each filled with ancient tomes and scrolls, their spines shimmering faintly in the dim light. At the heart of the chamber stands a circular pedestal, its surface engraved with runes that mirror those on the map. A soft light emanates from the pedestal, illuminating a small crystal orb resting at its center. The orb pulses faintly, as though alive, its glow casting intricate patterns onto the surrounding walls. Hermione steps forward cautiously, her eyes scanning the room with a mix of awe and curiosity. "This must be it," she murmurs. "The core of the Night Keeper's map, its heart." Harry nods, his gaze fixed on the orb. It feels ancient, like it's been waiting here for centuries. As they approach the pedestal, the map in Hermione's hand begins to hum softly, its glow intensifying. The lines on the parchment shift and twist, forming words that shimmer for a brief moment before fading. "Speak your truth." Hermione looks at Harry, her brow furrowed. "What do you think it means?" Harry considers the message, his mind racing. "Maybe we need to declare why we're here, what we're seeking." Taking a deep breath, Hermione steps closer to the pedestal, her voice steady despite the tension in the air. "We're here to uncover the secrets of the map, to understand its purpose and the magic that created it. The orb responds immediately, its glow intensifying until the entire chamber is bathed in light. A voice echoes through the room, calm yet commanding, as though spoken by the very walls themselves. The Nightkeeper's map was forged to guide those who seek knowledge with pure intent. Its secrets are not for personal gain, but for the greater good. The light shifts, and the orb projects a vision into the air above the pedestal. Harry and Hermione watch in awe as the scene unfolds, a memory of the map's creation. A group of ancient wizards and witches stand in a grand hall, their wands raised as they weave powerful spells. Among them is a figure that Hermione recognizes instantly. "That's Rowena Ravenclaw," she whispers, her voice filled with reverence. The memory continues, showing Rowena carefully inscribing runes onto a blank parchment, her expression one of intense focus. The other wizards and witches chant softly, their voices harmonizing as the parchment glows with a golden light. The scene shifts again, this time showing the map being handed to a young wizard. "The map will guide you," Rowena says, her voice clear and melodic, "but only if your heart remains true." The vision fades, and the chamber falls silent once more. Harry and Hermione exchange a look, the weight of what they've seen sinking in. "So the map was created by the founders," Harry says, his voice tinged with awe, "and it's been guiding wizards and witches ever since." Hermione nods, her mind racing with possibilities. "But why did it lead us here? There must be more to this place than the map's history." The orb pulses again, drawing their attention back to the pedestal. Words form in the air, shimmering like stars. "Your journey is not yet complete. The key lies within the chalice." Hermione's eyes widen as she remembers the silver chalice they discovered earlier. She retrieves it from her bag, her hands trembling slightly as she places it on the pedestal beside the orb. The orb's glow intensifies, merging with the chalice in a burst of light. When the light fades, the chalice is no longer empty. It now contains a swirling, golden liquid that seems to shimmer with its own inner light. "What is it?" Harry asks, his voice filled with wonder. Hermione leans closer, her gaze fixed on the chalice. "It looks like a memory, but not like any I've seen before. It's alive." The voice echoes again, calm and steady. "The liquid holds the wisdom of those who came before. To drink is to accept the responsibility of the knowledge it imparts." Harry hesitates, his gaze shifting between Hermione and the chalice. "Are we ready for this? To take on whatever it shows us?" Hermione meets his gaze, her eyes filled with determination. "We didn't come this far to turn back now. Whatever this is, we'll face it together." Taking a deep breath, they each take a sip from the chalice. The liquid is warm and soothing, filling them with a sense of calm as their surroundings begin to blur. The chamber fades away, replaced by a vast expanse of stars. Harry and Hermione find themselves floating in a cosmic void, the stars forming patterns and constellations around them. A voice, soft and melodic, speaks directly to them. "You have proven yourselves worthy of the map's secrets. Its power lies not in the places it reveals, but in the choices it inspires. Use it wisely, for its magic is tied to the balance of the wizarding world. The stars begin to shift, forming an image of the map. Lines of light spread out from its center, connecting to various points across the wizarding world. Each point pulses softly, as though alive. These are the places where the map's guidance is needed most, the voice continues. Seek them out, and you will uncover the truths that will shape the future. The vision fades, and Harry and Hermione find themselves back in the chamber. The chalice is empty, its glow dimmed, but the map in Hermione's hand now pulses with a gentle light. "We did it," Hermione says, her voice filled with quiet wonder. "We unlocked the map's true purpose." Harry nods, a sense of calm settling over him. And now it's up to us to decide what to do with it. They leave the chamber, the map guiding their way back to the surface. As they step into the cool night air of Diagon Alley, the stars above seem to shine a little brighter, as if acknowledging their journey. With the map in hand and a newfound sense of purpose, Harry and Hermione walk side by side, ready to face whatever lies ahead. The alley is quiet, but the echoes of their adventure linger in the air, a reminder that even in the stillness of the night, magic is always waiting to be discovered. As Harry and Hermione step out of the secret chamber and back into the cobblestone streets of Diagon Alley, the cool night air greets them with a gentle embrace. The chaos and excitement of their journey now feel like a distant hum, replaced by a profound sense of calm. The stars above twinkle softly, casting a silvery glow over the alley, and the faint, comforting sounds of the wizarding world at rest fill the quiet. Hermione looks at the map, which now rests in her hands, glowing faintly with its newfound energy. "It's strange," she says softly, "to think that this piece of parchment holds so much history, so much magic." Harry glances over at her, a small smile playing on his lips. "And now we're part of that history. It's a bit overwhelming, isn't it?" She nods, her gaze thoughtful. "But it's also reassuring, knowing that we've been trusted with something so important. It feels right." They walk slowly, the soft sound of their footsteps blending with the whispers of the night. The shops lining the alley, now dark and shuttered, seem to glow with a quiet magic of their own. Flourish and Blots, with its towering shelves of books visible through the window, looks particularly inviting. Hermione's eyes linger on it for a moment, the sight of the books reminding her of how much they've learned and how much more there is still to uncover. As they pass the apothecary, a faint, sweet fragrance wafts through the air, mingling with the crispness of the night. "Do you think anyone else has found the chamber before us?" Harry asks, breaking the silence. Hermione considers the question, her fingers brushing over the edges of the map. If they did, they might not have been able to unlock its secrets. The magic seemed so specific, so deeply tied to intent. I think it waited for us. Harry's smile grows. It's comforting, in a way, to know that magic has its own sense of purpose. The two friends find themselves drawn to a small bench near the owl post office, its wrought iron frame cool to the touch. They sit in silence for a moment, the map resting between them. Above them, an owl hoots softly, its wings rustling as it settles on a nearby perch. I can't help but wonder, Hermione says after a moment, what Rowena Ravenclaw would think of us. Would she be proud of what we've done? Harry leans back, his gaze fixed on the stars. I think she'd be proud of you, definitely. All that problem solving and attention to detail, that's very Ravenclaw. Hermione laughs softly, her cheeks flushing. And you, your courage, your ability to trust the journey even when it's uncertain, that's very Gryffindor. The quiet night seems to stretch around them, wrapping them in a blanket of serenity. The map, now resting in Hermione's lap, pulses faintly, as if responding to their quiet reflections. Its glow is no longer urgent, no longer demanding action. Instead, it feels peaceful, like a heartbeat slowing after a long, exhilarating run. What do you think happens next? Harry asks, his voice low and contemplative. Hermione looks at him, her expression gentle. I think we take it one step at a time. The map will guide us when we're ready, and until then, we carry what we've learned with us. They sit for a while longer, their words fading into the stillness of the night. The world around them seems to hold its breath, as if savoring the moment of quiet triumph. The stars above twinkle brighter, their light casting a soft glow over the alley. Finally, as the first light of dawn begins to creep over the horizon, Harry and Hermione rise. The map, now safely tucked away, feels less like a mystery and more like a trusted companion. Together, they make their way back toward the leaky cauldron, their steps unhurried and their hearts full. As they reach the inn's door, Harry pauses, looking back at the alley one last time. This place always feels different at night, like it's alive in a way you can only understand when it's quiet. Hermione nods, her gaze following his. And it reminds you that magic isn't always loud or bright. Sometimes it's in the quiet moments, the soft shadows. With that, they step inside, the warmth of the inn enveloping them. The familiar sounds of the wizarding world waking up, soft footsteps, the clink of mugs, the rustle of parchment, create a soothing backdrop as they head toward their rooms. As Hermione climbs the stairs, the map tucked securely under her arm, she feels a deep sense of gratitude for the journey they've taken, for the secrets they've uncovered, and for the quiet, enduring magic of friendship. Harry lingers in the common area for a moment longer, his thoughts wandering back to the chamber and the vision they'd witnessed. He knows their adventure is far from over, but for now, he feels content, at peace. When he finally heads to bed, the first rays of sunlight are peeking through the inn's windows, painting the room in warm hues. And as sleep claims him, he dreams not of battles or chaos, but of quiet alleys, glowing maps, and the soft, steady rhythm of magic waiting to be discovered. The warm embrace of morning light began to seep through the small windows of the leaky cauldron, casting soft beams across the wooden floors and creating an amber glow in the cozy inn. Harry and Hermione had returned to their rooms, their hearts lighter and their minds filled with wonder at the night's journey. But now, as dawn broke, The magical map rested safely on the small bedside table in Hermione's room, its glow subdued, as if content to rest alongside its keepers. Hermione stirred first, her eyes fluttering open to the sight of her neatly stacked books and the faint hum of activity beginning in the inn below. She turned her head to look at the map, now folded carefully, and a small smile graced her lips. It wasn't just a relic of their adventure. It was a reminder of the quiet magic that connected them to Hogwarts, to its history, and to each other. In the room next door, Harry sat on the edge of his bed, pulling on his boots with deliberate slowness. His thoughts lingered on the vision they had seen in the chamber, Ravenclaw's brilliance, the flowing shadows, and the secrets that remained. There was so much still left to uncover, but he felt no urgency, no rush. Instead, he felt a calm determination to take each step as it came, trusting that the path would reveal itself in time. When the two met downstairs, the smell of freshly baked bread and brewed tea greeted them. Tom, the innkeeper, offered them a knowing smile as he placed a tray on their table. "Busy night?" he asked, his voice warm and full of curiosity. "Something like that," Harry replied, his tone light but filled with meaning. He exchanged a glance with Hermione, who simply smiled and nodded. They ate in companionable silence, the clinking of cups and cutlery around them blending seamlessly with the soft hum of the inn. Outside, the bustling streets of Diagon Alley were coming to life, but Harry and Hermione took their time, savoring the quiet moments before the world demanded their attention again. As they prepared to leave, Hermione paused at the doorway, her hand resting gently on the strap of her satchel where the map was carefully tucked away. "Harry," she said softly, turning to him, "I think this is only the beginning." He met her gaze, his green eyes steady and reassuring. "I think you're right." They stepped out into the alley, the morning sun casting a golden glow over the cobblestones. The magical shops seemed to shimmer in the light, their windows full of wonder and possibility. It was a new day, filled with potential and mystery, and the two friends knew they were ready for whatever lay ahead. As they walked, their conversation shifted to lighter topics, jokes about classes, musings about what their friends were up to, and plans for their next visit to Diagon Alley. The air around them felt alive, humming with the soft, steady rhythm of magic that was always present but rarely noticed. And when they reached the edge of the alley, just before stepping back into the Muggle world, Hermione paused once more, looking back at the shops, the glowing windows, and the memories they'd made. "It's comforting," she said, almost to herself. "What is?" Harry asked, curious. "That no matter how much we explore, there will always be more to discover. Magic never truly ends." Harry nodded, his heart warmed by her words. Together, they stepped through the enchanted brick archway, the whispers of their adventure fading into the hum of London's streets. As they disappeared into the crowd, the camera would pan back to Diagon Alley, where the soft glow of the shops and the faint echoes of their journey lingered, a gentle reminder that magic lives not just in grand adventures, but in the quiet, enduring connections we carry with us.